The RowdCAST contains adult languages, adult themes, and adult situations. Viewer discretion is advised.
No! No! No!
Entering the RowdCAST, an online radio show brought to you weekly by me, your host, Rowdy Radloff, coming straight from Toledo, Ohio, with our many cast of characters. I am live, I am uncensored, I am unfiltered, and I'm coming right to your ears, right to your brain, so listen up, because it's going to be a hell of a show.
What up? I'm Rowdy Radloff. This is the motherfucking RowdCAST. Welcome back for another fucking episode. I'm fucking chilling here. It's 5 o'clock Friday night. I'm not working, so I'm here chilling with you. What's up, motherfuckers? What are we going to get into? Are we going to push it to the limit? Are we going to go crazy? Are we going to go fucking out of control? Speedball into your death? Little heroin and cocaine? Or are you going to relax, have a nice little weekend, sit back, read a book? You know, it could go either way. You never know. You never know. I'm relaxing. Working a little bit this weekend, but kind of just taking it all in, just enjoying a nice last little weekend in July here before we move into August. It's hot as a motherfucker. You know, it's not as hot as it was, but it's still pretty warm. My fucking air conditioner is not working correctly, so I'm coming Tuesday to put a brand new air conditioner in. Got my fingers crossed that that's gonna go smooth and we'll get back to being nice and cool like a fucking penguin. If you're here, if you're chilling with us, we have the live. We are live on Facebook, okay? This is new stuff. Like I said, sorry at the beginning I fucked that up. But we're here. We're on Facebook. You can chat on Facebook. You can message me on Facebook. Also, new thing. You can call me, okay? 678-209-6564. If you want to input something into the show, you want to go live on the air with me, you can call. That's my phone line, and I can take you live and we can talk about some of the things we're going to talk about. I got some interesting things, like always. This is a fucking RowdCAST, so no guests today, just Rowdy, just me doing it how I do, down in the thick in the groove, fucking talking shit and living the dream. First things first that I really want to talk about. So let me find this. This is a pretty good one. Now, a lot of people are terrified of snakes and spiders and, creepy crawlies and that kind of shit. I mean, I don't like them. I wouldn't say I'm terrified by them. They're not the most cute and cuddly little things. But when I see one, I don't freak out. I'm scared of something that's poisonous that can bite me and kill me. But I'm not, I don't make me lose my shit when I see a snake or a spider, especially something like a garter snake or something. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm not scared. But just, I believe, yesterday in Lorain County there in Northeast Ohio, there was a call to a 911 center. And what happened was this lady had a bunch of exotic pets, and one of the pets was giving her a little bit of a problem. So let's listen to that call.
Location of your emergency. Please. Hello? I have a boa constrictor stuck to my face. Ma'am, you have a what? Boa constrictor. You have a boa constrictor stuck to your face? I'm outside with it. You're outside with a boa constrictor stuck to your face? Yes. Okay. I just rescued it yesterday, please. You arrested the boa constrictor yesterday? I rescued it. You rescued it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, ma'am, how old are you? I'm 45. All right, stay on the line, please. Wait. I've never heard of this before. I don't even know what.
You're 45.
Ma'am, I've notified the ambulance. Is the Ma'am, I've notified the ambulance and the fire and the police department. So the boa constrictor has a hold of your nose? Yes. Can you pry its jaw open if you pinch its jaw? No, there's blood everywhere. Okay, and its jaw won't open? No. Okay, how big of a snake are we talking, ma'am? She's like 5.5 feet. 5.5 feet?
What the fuck?
And you said you rescued it yesterday? Yes, I rescued two.
Doesn't sound like you rescued anything.
Put away? Yes. Okay. All of my snakes are put away. How many snakes do you have, ma'am? I have 11. You have 11 snakes? They're all ball pythons except for these two I rescued. Okay. Please. Ma'am, I have an ambulance. Ma'am, the ambulance and the police are coming. Are you having any difficulty breathing or swallowing? Ma'am, are you having any difficulty breathing or swallowing? Are you having any difficulty breathing or swallowing? I can't hear you. Are you having any difficulty breathing or swallowing? Yes, I'm on the ground. Okay, are you having difficulty breathing, ma'am? No, I'm just scared. Okay, and do you know if the snake is poisonous? No, it's not poisonous. It's not poisonous? Okay, and are you outside or out front? Oh, God, hurry, please. Ma'am, the ambulance and the police are coming. Are you outside or out front? Oh, outside, up front. You're out in the front? Okay, yes. I don't want you to move, ma'am, okay? I can't. Okay. Oh. Is the snake wrapped around you, or does it just have a hold of your nose? He's around my waist, and he's got my nose. He's around your waist, and he has your nose? Oh.
What in the fuck? I mean, come on. Is that not crazy? I want to know how it happened. I wish there was video of it happening. Was he digging down into the cage to feed it, and it fucking snatched her face up like fucking anaconda or something and wrapped around her, and then she ran outside? I'm trying to picture it in my head of how that happened, but that's fucking crazy. I bet she doesn't have those snakes anymore, but she gets rid of them. Said she has 11 snakes, and she decided it'd be a good idea to adopt or rescue 5-foot boa constrictors. That means that's is almost as tall or as long as I am tall. So I think that would be easily eat a child, a small animal, possibly a small person or a woman. You guys got to think of what you're fucking doing out there. You just got these people, adopting fucking mountain lions and fucking bears and shit. I mean, my buddy has a fox. That's one thing. A wild animal's a wild animal. You got to know what you're dealing with. Even a small animal like that. But when you got something like a fucking 5-foot boa constrictor, you need to know what you have inside your house. My roommate used to have a probably 2.5 foot long one, and it would get out sometimes, and they couldn't find it. It would freak me out. But I never thought the thing would kill me. Thought maybe I might stumble upon it. Didn't think it was going to bite my fucking nose off and wrap around me and try to strangle me to death. It's amazing, man, that some of these stuff that these people fucking get as pets and think it's perfectly okay. I mean, not something that I would have in my house. I don't know if some other people would. But I mean, would you guys want to have 5-foot snakes that could constrict you or kill someone in your house? Maybe your children. inside just a glass case that could possibly get out and eat somebody. I mean, that's like a little monster. It is. It's like a beast. That fucking. I mean, serpent. It's in the Bible is like the devil. You know, it goes hand in hand with the devil. Crazy. Goddamn Lucifer. Speaking of beasts, it is Shark Week, I believe. So we have Discovery Channel is doing the old Shark Week. They kicked it off with Michael Phelps racing a great white shark. Or I don't know if he actually raced it or they timed him and then timed the shark doing it, and that's what they came up with. But I mean, he didn't actually swim in the water with a great white shark. But he didn't win either. I mean, you're talking about a fucking prehistoric killing machine that could swim, you know, probably up to 50, 60 miles an hour. He definitely lost that. But yeah, Shark Week, you know what? I don't know. Shark Week's pretty cool. I think it's kind of overrated now. I used to think it was pretty sweet. I used to watch it a lot. I remember my uncle used to get me into it. It kind of freaked me out. Maybe a reason that I'm scared of sharks a little bit, because I definitely remember when I was young watching those shows of people getting mauled and shark attacks and stuff like that. I do think it is a little overrated now. They do have some pretty cool stories. You know, I was just listening to one where this guy felt like he got hit by a train from underneath the water. He was swimming out to some rocks, and he said it like flung him up in the air, and he like grabbed its eye and pulled its eye out, and there's blood everywhere. His fucking arm was severed, and he was wading in the water he couldn't really swim much because he had one arm, and he said he looked down in the water and he could see the shark coming for him from underneath. I mean, if that's not the scariest fucking thing, that reminds me of like Deep Blue Sea or something, one of those fucking freaky shark movies. I don't know, but you know, you got a lot of people out there that say we got to save the sharks and stuff. I think because we kill so many sharks a year, you know, I think the sharks will be just fine. I think if we kill a couple sharks here and there, the universe will be okay. We do need sharks. It's not that we can just kill off all the sharks. You know, sharks are an important part of our oceans, you know, the ecosystems. But, you know, that being said, you gotta watch your ass, okay? And it seems like California is getting worse and worse, too. You're hearing a lot more shark attacks out there in California. So you just gotta know your surroundings when you get in the water. So enjoy your Shark Week, but sharks freak me out just a little bit. They just kind of worry me a little bit. The ocean is kind of a freaky thing, you know. You think about getting in the ocean, and there's so much of the ocean that we don't know. There's so much darkness, and we can't even go to certain depths. We have no idea what kind of monsters and creatures lie in the fucking belly of the ocean, ready to snatch people up. You know, these giant octopuses, they say, that could fucking destroy cruise ships and stuff. Is that real? I don't know. Do you guys believe that? Is there a fucking you know, an octopus that could just grab a ship and rip it apart like we used to see in the old times, you know, the books, they would talk about the Kraken and stuff. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. I feel like if it, you know, because I think something like that could live deep down and never have to surface. If you don't ever have to surface, there's no chance that you're ever gonna see it. You know, are there giant sharks that live down there too? Who knows? I don't know. I'm not going down there in no submarine where fucking, you know, a little pinhole happens and the whole thing just crushes you like a fucking aluminum can. I mean, it definitely could happen. But you know, there's a lot of this earth, you know, as much as we have seen of the earth, and as much as we know of the earth, there's still a lot, I feel, that we don't know. We see things all the time. We find new insects. We find new little creatures. You know, it's the Earth is such a weird place. I just seen this little thing yesterday. This baby Bigfoot. It was like in Russia somewhere. They had this little baby. It was like it was fully with hair, but it was bipedal. It was like walking on 2 feet, and it was like a baby Sasquatch. And I don't know. To me, it seemed kind of fishy. Something about that. Something about it just seemed like it's fake as fuck. You know, there's a lot of people out there that, I mean, how many times have they said they've captured Sasquatch? You know, there's the guy that's the fucking, had it in the cooler, and they de-thawed him, and it was just a rubber monkey suit that he kept frozen in a fucking freezer. And, I mean, there's been so many. The other guy, he said, like, they were living out in this wooded area behind a Walmart or something. It's, you never know, man. You think Sasquatch is out there? You think he's living somewhere? I don't know. It's just, in the day and age, it seems like the more phones that we get with cameras and video, and everybody has live video and photography on them, it's we're seeing less and less of these videos, or they're just so shitty. You know, the videos are so poor quality, and it's always too, they just like, they catch it for like 5 seconds, like, and then it turns off. It's like, if I seen something like that, like, I'm not just gonna catch a quick glimpse. I'm gonna keep that fucking camera rolling. I'm gonna run at that thing and try to attack it, or fucking wrestle it to the ground or something. You know, and if I die, at least I got it all on video, and I could prove this thing fucking killed me. You know, go out, take my shirt off, and fucking grab a Sasquatch up, fucking goddamn DDT, right into the dirt. Fucking go at it, man. See who wins. It's either me or or Bigfoot. I mean, how cool would that be to have a story as you fucking, you know, you goddamn Greco-Roman slammed Bigfoot, and you got him in a cage now. Again, even if you died, it'd be awesome. But yeah, you know, I don't know, the baby sass. I really doubt the baby sass is real. Also, it's, you know, it's interesting that I seen a thing about they're trying to make some machine. It's like a DMT machine that gives you slow drips of DMT, which is a drug that a lot of people believe when you take DMT, you're communicating to, you know, the other world, or like the spiritual world. You can, you're seeing inner dimensions, and maybe you're just tripping your balls off. You know, maybe it's not doing a goddamn thing for you. But, you know, some people believe that you're really kind of looking in a gateway, and you're seeing some things that you normally wouldn't see. Maybe, you know, the dead, you know, spirits of people, maybe ghosts or something, maybe aliens. You're talking to other life forms that can travel. That's how they speak in these waves. So what these guys have decided to do is try to make some kind of machine where they can slowly give you DMT, and you're kind of they can use your brainwaves so you can possibly communicate with other extraterrestrials or aliens. And I think this is an interesting theory, because I know a lot of people that have had trips. You know, it's interesting where, you know, what exactly, you know, are they trying to do? Do you think that you could reach into this gateway and they can monitor you, and they're going to be able to get the feedback of what you're talking to? Because yeah, I mean, I've had people tell me that they seen like Indian chiefs fucking like leading them the way, like flying through the fucking galaxy with them and shit. And again, I gotta say, you know, this is it's DMT is still a drug. It's still a possibility that it is a hallucination. But the weird thing about DMT is your body makes DMT. You only really come into your DMT is only emitted from your body 2 times in your life: when you're born and when you die. It's really, really strange, but it's something that's naturally made in your body. And that's why people call it the spirit molecule, because it's something that's inside of you, and it's been part of our ancestors forever. And that when you actually smoke this shit or you take this shit, it takes you maybe somewhere else. Now, again, that's just what people believe. I've never done DMT, so I can't speak on experience of it. It's definitely something that I would be willing to try and see exactly how it all works and experiment with it. But I thought that was a real interesting article. It's something you can look up. It's on the RowdCAST page, talking about this test machine that could help us talk to aliens. I do believe that there's some kind of extra life. Of course, there's life in the galaxy. I don't even think that's a question anymore. Whether it be little bacteria or little things here and there that pop up that are alive. I think we know that. If there's water in some of these places and sunlight, there's probably life. We haven't found any, I don't believe yet, but we pretty much know. So that I don't think is a question if there's life anymore, but I'm saying intelligent beings. And I believe that there are intelligent beings out there. I think 100% there has to be, but I don't know if they live on another planet somewhere. That's the question. Do they live in another galaxy where it's okay and fine? Possibly. They got to live somewhere. They got to be somewhere, I guess. They got to have some kind of community or city or something like this. It's, I don't know. I think that, I lean more towards the way that they are like interdimensional. Like maybe they can travel through dimensions. Maybe they can see, they look at the world a whole different way. They see things a whole different way, not how we see things. And I think that, that's, I think if you can do interdimensional travel, can you time travel? Can you look, you look at this world and you just wonder, I mean, how interesting would it be if you could go through a dimension? And there's different dimensions. They say that the world's infinite, but they don't, if everything has happened before, that's what deja vu comes from. Maybe you're seeing other dimensions. It's such a weird fucking world, though. I mean, could you imagine I think we talked about this a little last time, me and Shane went into it, that there's 100 different, millions of different yous doing different things, living different ways, doing the exact same thing, changing a little bit here, a little bit there. That's what you're seeing. That's a window into, something small. I don't know. It's amazing. It's amazing. The world is just you just have to ask yourself, whether you're religious, you're spiritual, whatever, you think about this universe, it just seems like everything worked out so perfectly. It's everything happened just the way that it needed to happen for us to be here, for human life to be here. How come we are so smart? There's nothing else like us. We can independently think for ourselves and maintain ourselves. And we have, written and spoken language. And, you know, a lot of people want to say, you know, that's God. God did all that. You know, that's where God came from. But what if, you know, it's not? Because you think of how giant the universe, what we know, how just big our solar system is, how small we are. We're just a fucking little thread. We're a little thimble, you know, in this big grand scheme of shit that's going on, you know. So you got to think that there's other planets there with other lives and other, you know, creatures and whatever. But that's the thing that always gets me, is this inner dimension. Can you go into another timeline, you know, another universe where things are different? Maybe people that died are dead, they're alive. Or, you know, you have a new job. You lost your job, and in that new timeline, you never lost your job. You became the CEO. You're a fucking billionaire, you know, or one where you're homeless and you've lost everything and you're a drug addict. You know, I believe that this is just one path we have, and that's why I think life is so crucial. You have to take care of the life that we fucking have right now, because you only have one that we know of. But maybe someday that can change. Maybe you can continue. You know, it's such an amazing world, though, and it kills me when I hear people, you know, taking their own lives, because I don't think you realize those people, and I know that's a sickness, that's a disease, that's something inside your head. But when you look at the wonder of everything that's in this this earth and everything that we can see, you know, it's amazing. And I think to piss it all away, to just give up and you know, take your own life it's so sad. And I think there's lots of fixes out there. I think there's medicine and stuff, you know, but I don't think it always has to be, you know, pills. I think there's alternative stuff, you know, marijuana, THC. They're looking at MDMA, you know, ecstasy and ketamine as far as treatments to depression and PTSD they never thought about, but they're having like I want to say like 80 or 90% success rate in treating these people with this shit. And we've never been allowed to look at it before. I think that I think that, you know, we're in but I understand, you know, the world is so different than it was when I grew up, and maybe it's just I'm more mature now, but I think with President Trump, the stuff that's going on, and the way the world's changing, it's heavy, man. It's hard for a lot of people to want to hang out here and continue the ride and see, you know. So I get that, but I still think that your life is just so valuable. You know, and until we can figure out where you can leave this one and head to a different one and transport, you know, to a different one, or go back in time and change a couple things so it doesn't end up this way. Until we can figure that out, you got to take what you have and enjoy it, man, and enjoy the fucking ride. But I mean, what do you guys think? Anybody out there, anybody listening? If you are, you know, hit the like buttons when we're talking. Add your 2 cents in here. Do you believe that there's other dimensions? Do you believe there's other timelines? Or do you think that this is it? It's just one, and if you'll never be able to ever change that or see anything different. And the stuff that I'm talking about is crazy stuff. People are on drugs. Could be either or, really, when you look at it like that. I guess we got a lot of animal attack stuff on here today. I seen this one is Florida guy, homeless man, 68-year-old Frederick Iman. It says he was bathing in a retention pond in Florida when he was attacked by an alligator, costing him a finger, 2 toes, and a testicle. How does it just get your nuts? Must have just nicked. must have got his nutsack dinged up somehow. Maybe just a tooth caught his nutsack, ripped his nutsack. That'd be rough. But yeah, he was, it says he was bathing in a pond Monday morning when the attack happened. He told WBBH that he checked the area for alligators beforehand and was surprised when it attacked him from behind. I turned around. I know I punched it in its eye. I tried to get it away from me. It tried to pull me in. After Iman was able to get away, he went to a nearby surgery center, and an employee called 911. He was airlifted to a local hospital and continues to recover. The gator was removed from the scene and was euthanized. But it's weird how you lose a couple fingers in a ball sack. Like, ouchie, dude. Fucking a gator fucking bit your nut off. That's a cool story, though. Again, that's that kind of, you went to battle with the devil, and it took your nutsack, or it took your ball, but you're still there. It's like, man, I fought it off, dude. I'm fucking the fucking man, dude. He's 68 too. That's a pretty old dude. Wonder how big the gator was, though. I hear these stories all the time too. These fucking these stories of these people where they get attacked. They fucking. There's one that was like last year, I think. Where they jumped in and, this guy was running from the police. This is in Florida too. He jumps in the fucking, the water to swim to get away from the fucking police, and fucking gets snatched up, dude. Alligator fucking ate him. Like, I mean, I think in Florida, anytime you're going into fresh water in Florida, you gotta fucking know that, you gotta know that it's gonna get you. Those things are, again, they're just lying in wait, dude. You come thrashing through the water. And alligators aren't even fucking as scary as crocodiles. Crocodiles are fucking vicious, dude. They're aggressive. They come at you. Alligators typically, unless they're really hungry, you make a lot of racket and stuff, they're supposed to not mess with you. But see, I have this theory. And I think evolution of animals, and this is why we're seeing more shark attacks too. Because last year was the most shark attacks we've ever seen. It was a record number in the year. Still very low. But my theory is they're starting to realize we're food too, that we're on the fucking menu, dude. And if they want to, they'll get you. They'll fucking... There's nothing more fucking primal than getting killed by a prehistoric beast, Fucking dinosaur. I mean, sharks and alligators, crocodiles are dinosaurs. They are as prehistoric as it comes. And I just think that kid at Disneyland, too. The one that was last year, I think, too, or earlier this year, I don't know. But the kid's just wading in knee-deep water, fucking alligator come up, snatched him up. I mean, this shit can happen easily. You have to really be careful. You got to know your surroundings. You got to know the animals that are in there. You got to see... I mean, it's just like if you went to the Amazon... you need to know what kind of parasites are there, what kind of fucking shits, could pop up and get you, what kind of insects that are poisonous. You go to a rainforest, same thing. What kind of monkeys would fucking fuck your shit up and tear you limb from limb, We just, we don't look, especially like people that travel all the time, a lot of rich people and stuff, they don't think about things where they go into these unfamiliar territories. They have some guide with them that maybe they have a good guide that tells them everything and they're prepared, and sometimes they don't. And then you hear some crazy story that, they contracted some disease or got fucking eaten up by something, or, the woman from Game of Thrones where she was, they were at like a lion park and they told them not to roll their windows down, and she had her window down and the fucking lion came in, snatched her out, pulled her out the car and fucking munched her, dude. I think that was in Africa or something. And, I mean, this is the Wild West. This isn't fucking the zoo, Toledo Zoo up over here. We don't walk down the zoo and fucking chill out, you know? There's shit there that'll fucking get you. No doubts, man. So I think you got to keep that fucking in mind. When you want to go Indiana Jones and all over the world, remember that the world's a lot bigger than fucking you are. Kind of went on a tangent there. I was all over the place. Jesus. My brain, man, it's just like wow, 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 wow. Another thing I would talk about, the Ohio State Fair. You know, I'm sure by this time we've talked about it enough. You know, a couple nights ago, there's a spinning ride. I guess it's swung people around like 50 miles an hour, took them 40 feet high. It was coming down, swinging up, came apart. About, I think 6 or 7 people were injured. One was killed. Came apart in midair, flung him across. Kid, I think, landed on his head on the concrete, killed him, and a bunch of the rest of them are in critical condition. You know, real sad to happen. It was the first day. You know, prayers are with the families. You know, want to make sure that that's said. You know, it's sad, but I mean, I've talked about it before. These carny rides that they're putting together are, yeah. I mean, I know that they're inspected daily. They're inspected, you know, the whole time, probably multiple times a day, I would think. But you got to remember, when you're throwing something together, you're throwing it on the back of a truck and you're carrying it somewhere and putting it together. I don't know if that's something that you want to trust. You know, it's just that I've never wanted to ride. When I was younger, I guess I rode those things, but anymore, it's just not for me. I don't want to push the limits too much. I just want to, you know, like say, I go to a major amusement park, Cedar Point, you know, Six Flags, something that those rides are stationary. They don't move. You don't have to worry about the things jiggling around or them missing a part or doing something wrong. You know, even with inspectors, you know, there's a possibility that inspectors could miss something. It does happen. People are human. Mistakes are made. Now they're saying now that, you know, this was inspected and by multiple people and there were no red flags, no issues at all. So hard to say, you know. It could be, you know, operator error. Maybe they were running the thing too fast. You know, I heard some people say that they thought the thing was spinning too fast. Possibility. I would think something like that, though, is got a manual speed where you turn it on, it spins around. It's not like you can we're cranking up to 11. Fucking, we're spinning this fucker out of control here. You know, I don't think that by any means. I don't believe that. So, I guess time will tell when they figure out exactly what it is. I'm sure they will figure out what it is, but I would caution people again, when you go to these little state fairs and carnivals and stuff, you don't hear about this stuff too much. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt, but if you don't ever get on them, then you don't have to worry about them collapsing. And I talked about this not too long ago, and then we hear this happen at the Ohio State Fair on the first day that it was open. It's supposed to be open for like a week and a half or something, and that happened. So it's a cool Ohio State Fair. It's awesome, huge fair, biggest fair I've ever been to. I think it's massive. You can't even see it all in a day. Gigantic place, and a very, very cool fair. So you know, hope the victims get through it. Accidents do happen, but my thing to you guys is stay the fuck off the rides, guys. Stay the fuck off the rides. Wanted to talk about It. You know, talk about scary shit. The new It trailer, Stephen King's It. They remade the movie It. Now, the first movie was like a TV movie. And that was with Tim Curry. Tim Curry played Pennywise the Clown. it was still pretty good. It was kind of cheesy, but it was still, I mean, it's considered a classic. That's what a lot of people will say is where their fear of clowns came from. But the book, it was a very huge book, very, very massive book. So, and it seems like this new one, they're going to do two parts to the movie. They're going to do the first part when they're kids, and then the second part will be when all the kids are grown up. And it looks, the trailer looks to be excellent. It looks to be freaky as fuck. And that's what they're going for. You know, it's something that to me is very, very interesting. You know, it's, I like to see him do justice, because so many times I do these Stephen King movies and they're so cheesy. You know, they're just bad acting. You can tell they hurried it up. Like even they made a new show, The Mist, on Spike TV, and I just, the book was so good. It was a short story that he wrote, and it was so fucking good. I mean, it's only like 120 pages long, but such a great story. And the movie they made wasn't bad. They did a pretty good job in that movie, but this new show is just, I don't know. It just seems like it was put together too fast. The acting's not very good. Everything's just kind of clunky. It's not scary. And I just feel like they do that a lot with Stephen King's work. And I feel like they put money into it. And that's what it's going to be like. The Dark Tower also that just came out with Matthew McConaughey and Idris Elba. It's going to be interesting to see what happened there. You know, if that's a big summer release that they put a lot of money on, big actors. I'm really hoping that's going to be a good one. But time will tell. So, and we hope that it's going to be good too. But if you haven't seen it, go check the It trailer out. Very, very good. I think whoever's directing that's looking to do it some justice. So, ready for it to come out. I think it comes out in the fall, maybe October or September or something. So let's check that out. I don't know what Alexa just made some noises at me. Alexa just has a mind of its own. No, Alexa, I don't want anything.
I don't know that.
Yeah, it's creepy androids, dude. As far as North Korea, now this guy, you know, Kim Jong-un is off his fucking rocker. He launched another missile last night. They call it an ICBM missile. I don't know what that stands for. But he launched this missile towards Japan. It was only landed about 300 or 400 miles off the coast of some Japanese island that's out there. This is the second one he's done within the last couple of weeks. He's really pushing the buttons. I think he's really trying to, and Iran's doing the same shit. They're really trying to up their shit, trying to, maybe push, see what Donald Trump will do. And Donald Trump's not the guy to push, man, because he's just, he's very bold, you know, he just kind of goes after it. He doesn't fucking think, you know, if he's that guy where his ego is so huge. So if you think that you're going to, you know, push him and see what he does, you're going to get some fucking bombs dropped on your head, probably. So I would not be surprised. I really think that North Korea is pushing it, and that's gonna end with, you know, not very good. And I mean, they do have, you know, lots of people in their force, but their country size compared to us is pretty measly. I see a wipeout or a wash coming if something happens there. So, you know, I don't know. We're about to see what happens, though. If he keeps pushing the buttons, which it seems that he's going to, it's going to be very interesting. I also want to talk about this ban that, you know, speaking of the Trumpster, he put this ban out on transgender military, that if you're in the military or you want to serve in the military and you're transgender, you're no longer going to be allowed. And a lot of people are losing their shit. And, you know, I'm not too outspoken about it, but it's wrong. You know, it's anybody, no matter what, if you're gay, straight, bisexual, transgender, transsexual, You like to fucking beat people off with your feet. You know, you like to smell bloody tampons. Whatever the fuck you do, whatever your thing is, you should be allowed to serve the military. There should be no restrictions. I know that they have restrictions. You know, I've seen a lot of people post some shit where it was like, well, that you know, you can't serve your transgender. You also can't serve if you have a tumor, or if you have a history of benign tumors, or if you sit on your hand and jerk off with it, or if you know, they had this whole list of all this, you know, pre-existing conditions of why you can't serve the military. But I think that's different. You know, and I think what they're trying to say is that you take certain medicines and you wouldn't be able to have those medicines while you're, you know, doing the job or something, or if you were in a war, you know, you wouldn't be able to have it. But that's bullshit, because there's plenty of people that have been serving this country for a long time that are transgender, or, you know, some other kind of thing, you know, LGBTQ, whatever they say. They've been doing a fine job, and no one said anything, and they've had no problems. And now all of a sudden it becomes an issue. And it just makes you ask yourself why. You know, it's like someone had a axe to grind. So, and then they bring it to Trump, and Trump's like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, fine. Oh, yeah, I think that's good. All right. That's a bad Trump impression, but you know, it's I just think that anybody should be able to do anything. That's what makes this America, you know. Anybody can start a business and get rich, you know. Not everybody, but anybody can try. Anybody can attempt it. You know, anybody can, you know, can fucking, you know, do anything. Anybody can become a drug addict. Anybody can become a movie star. Can become an online celebrity, you know, a fucking viral video. Anybody can do anything, say what they want, speak their mind, have a podcast, fucking, you know, make video shorts on the internet. There's just so much, you know, become a singer. There's so much that you can do. And there are no restrictions on it. There shouldn't be. Because that's what makes this place. That's what makes girls can wear what they want. You know, they don't have to wear fucking things on their heads and cover their bodies up. They can wear thongs and no tops if they fucking want. You know? You can smoke weed legally in some of these states. And eventually, hopefully, all of these states. You know, we got to stop putting these restrictions, because America is America for a reason. That's why we have the fucking American way, the freedoms that we fucking have. You know? And I think that's really important. I think if we start limiting them and telling people you can't do this, that's oppression, dude. That's like fucking Nazi type shit. Where you start taking like a class of people or a certain grade of people and saying that they can't do this or can't do that, then that's, you know, that's not right. There's something wrong with that. So I really hope that they get that figured out, and you know, and I also don't agree though if you know, as some people would argue, is that if you go into the military and then you decide to get an operation and you have, you know, military insurance, the military is going to have to pay for your sex change or whatever, and that's coming out of the taxpayers' pockets and blah, blah, blah. And I don't think that's right. You know, I think if that's something you want to do, you need to pay for that yourself. I don't think that should be, I think that should be something that's not covered by your insurance. But I do believe you should be able to serve your country if you want to. Because, you know, like I was saying last night, is I don't want to. And there's some people that do, and if you do, there should be no restrictions on why you can't. You know, let them do it. You know, unless it's some serious medical issue that you can't perform. You know, but I don't think that's the case. And if it is, if it's something where you can't put them on the front line, put them behind a computer in a chair somewhere that I'm sure you could use it. You know, we need all the help we can get. So I hope that they figure that all out. I hope somebody, you know, puts a stop to that, and I'm sure they will, because our fucking government's like a bunch of fucking babies. They can't do anything. Nothing can get done right now. It's just like a giant whirlwind of fucking babies and whining and pissing. And it's outrageous, really. It's really making America look like a bunch of fucking idiots. But I'm still proud to be the fucking American. I also wanted to talk about, really quick, throwing a little bit of UFC. Tomorrow night is the final, the big rematch between John Jones. He returns to the UFC after almost 2 years. Well, I think he fought maybe about a year ago or something. But no, he's been out for at least a year. So he's been out for a while, but he's coming back finally off suspensions. No more trouble. Done with the fucking steroid allegations. Done with, what else did he get in trouble for? Cocaine, hit run. He's just been a mess. Young kid just can't figure it out. One of the greatest talents we've ever seen inside the octagon, and can't get his shit together. So tomorrow night is his chance to come back and take his belt against Daniel Cormier. And Daniel is a tough motherfucker, man. He's an Olympic wrestler. I think he's an Olympic silver medalist in the Olympics. I think a Greco-Roman is not the Olympic. Of course, it's the Olympics if he's an Olympic medalist, you idiot. So really interested to see how that one plays out. I have a feeling John Jones will get him again. This is the second time they've fought, but DC is tough, so I'm hoping for a good fight, and I'll be watching. Also, there's 2 other title fights on there. You got Cyborg, the scariest woman in the world, taking on Tanya Evinger. Her opponent fell out, so she has a new opponent. I have a feeling it's going to be a demolition of this Tanya Evinger's face. It's going to get punched into a jelly. And then also the second, the co-main event is Tyrone Woodley and Damian Maia, which should also be a really good fight. Plus, you got Robbie Lawler and Cowboy on that. So that's a badass card. I can't wait to watch it. I'm ready to go to sleep and wake up and get my fight watching on. So definitely check that out if you're an MMA fan. That's a big UFC card, biggest one of the year. I'm sure it's going to be a huge one for them. And I'll be watching. We'll talk about that too once we get results about it. This is something I found this story, and it's an old story. I have a feeling that I talked about this before, but I can't say 100%. And this was about a woman where she called herself trans blind. The thing is that she had she wanted to be blind. She would tell people that she was blind, but she wasn't physically blind. Well, then what she finally did is she went and took fucking chemicals, bathroom chemicals, and she poured them in her eyes, and which made her go blind. I think it was bleach and something else. And now they burn her eyeballs out. She's permanently blind. So she made herself fucking blind. How the fuck do you fucking do that? There's people out there. People are so sick, man. They're so sick in their fucking heads that you would do that to yourself. Again, it's like you have one life, and you just want to live your life as a blind person that bad. There's someone out there that's blind that would give anything to be able to see. Or there's people that are like trans crippled or something, or trans disabled, they call them. Where they do that, they break their legs, or they just want to be in a wheelchair all the time, but they're perfectly fine. And that's so sick, because again, there's so many people that if they could just walk for a day. I have a family member that's paralyzed from his waist down in a bad accident. He fell off a roof onto cement. He would give anything to fucking be able to walk again. And for you to do that kind of shit, man, that is just fucking sick. It's people like that. I just think toast them, dude. Fucking strap them to a post with some fucking rope and fucking barbecue them with a flamethrower. That's what I would say. This other one is pretty sick. This father, I believe it was in Indiana, maybe Illinois. So this is really sick. His son, I believe his 13-year-old son, found some compromising photos of him. and he ended up killing his son. It's what they found out that the photos were of him wearing women's clothing, eating shit out of dirty diapers. I mean, if that's not the most fucked up thing you ever seen in your life, as a kid, how you would wrap your brain around that. But it's not exactly, I'm not exactly sure. I think he shot his son. He went and killed him. How he found out that his son seen this. I don't know if his son asked him about it. But such a sad fucking story, man. You know, so fucking sad. I just can't believe something like that. There's so many fucking, every day, some of the stories that I come across doing this thing. You know, I have a lot of people that tell me how much they love the RowdCAST page and how it makes them laugh and how I find the weirdest shit. And, but I also, in my job, I find the sickest, saddest shit, too. And I have a feeling, I feel like it's my job because I started this thing doing what I've always done, and I feel like that's my job, is to bring that stuff to you. It's to show you the sickness that's out there. I like to show the good, too, you know. We don't talk about that too much on this show, but that's because that's not as entertaining, I guess. But I feel like it's my duty, though, to show you these things. And but some of the weirdos out there, man, yeah, that eat the poop, and you know, the old poop hoarder that we see, and the woman that was hoarding poop and pooping in buckets and putting it in plastic jugs, and they were all over her house, and she was eating fecal matter and all of her stuff, and she loved it, and she said she was going to eat poop before they cleaned it all up. I mean, that kind of shit is just outrageous. You want to think that's fake, that's scripted, somebody made that up, but it's not. It's people that really eat poop, man. People that chew on dirty diapers, drink pee, fucking, you know. There's definitely women that love to drink cum. You know, they drink cum out of little fucking glasses, like little wine glasses and little martini glasses, like they show in some of the porns. It's fucking weird, man. Fucking real weird. You know, that's, you like to guzzle cum? That's okay. I think drinking cum's better than eating poop, though. Because I feel like that's, I mean, fecal matter, it gets you sick. You get some kind of bacteria in your fucking stomach, and I don't fucking know, man. Yeah, that's another fucking RowdCAST in the books, I think. You know, a lot of weird topics there, but I know I kind of got spaced out on a little bit. It was kind of going through the fucking the interdimensional galaxy fucking rant. So I don't know if you were here. Not too many people chatting in the chat room. So I don't know if maybe I did a little too early for anybody to catch it. I apologize. Just had some time here to kill, and I thought I would throw a RowdCAST up for you. Look forward to more RowdCAST shit, boys and girls, okay? We got this thing hooked up to the Facebook Live now, so we're going to be going fucking live, dude, okay? So I can go live right on Facebook, and I don't have to worry about anything. Nobody can stop me. The baddest motherfucker on the internet. Keep listening to me. Keep checking me out. I'll catch you on the flip side.